Welcome to the bad boy pod, talking bad boy bards, make a good girl nuts with the bad boy swag. Having conversations that a bad boy man, sit down, relax, kick back, have a blast, enjoy the bad boy pod, brought to you by Lady Pods.
This is the earliest TV talk of my life.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
very early.
So early, but I saw my brother today and he recommended the show Alone. Have you ever watched it?
So much. Alone. I feel like there's so many shows called that plus something else, or like, you know what I mean?
It's a bit of it's sort of a Naked and Afraid. But, okay, so I haven't seen it. I am just parroting what he told me a couple hours ago. So it's sort of
TV talk.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's sort of a nudie and a fruity, but basically they take like I think he said they take 12 survivalists and they put them in like the same area, like let's say Patagonia, but far enough apart that they'll never run into each other. And it's just a competition to see who can last out there the longest. But of course, no one knows how many people are left, or like, you know, are you the fifth person left? Has nobody gone? Like, you have no idea how you compare to everybody else, but it's like a competition show.
So it's like Survivor, but spread out, and like they're never meeting really, unless I guess they
never
meet.
No, they don't.
Okay,
meet.
Cute. That's so weird. Meet. Oh, I'll watch.
And they're
Is
given
it new?
like, I think there are multiple seasons, but it's like Naked and Afraid if it was a competition show, and all of the footage they capture themselves. And so it's like GoPro style more.
Okay, interesting
it's
news.
Like a real Blair Witch-orama, sounds like.
I can't wait to see that. So there's not going to be like any stock footage of like toads or lions or
no,
like
I don't know. Maybe there are, which is definitely
creatures.
the best part of Naked and Afraid.
Oh yeah, you're like, is that shark
like,
really here? No,
but there's just like flawless footage of a bear rustling through the woods, and everything else looks like absolute shit.
Yeah, and then listen, the magic of television, baby.
I really love television. It really is magic. Oh my god!
But it really is, and like, you really think that bear's going to be there,
I know,
shaking their fucking camp later, but then it turns out to be maybe one boar who's lost, just trying to find some trash to eat. Email Diane.
It sounds like the people on Alone are maybe better equipped. Like, I guess some of them build legitimate log cabins.
It's a legitimate log cabin to you. You mean like, I think I saw in a documentary it takes 200 logs to make a legitimate log cabin.
Okay, well, I mean, it's not going to be like a 1-bedroom, 450 square foot studio apartment. I'm sure it's probably quite small. Like, I don't think I would want to live in it, but if I were out in the middle of Patagonia and I could either just sleep under a tree or sleep in this tiny little log cabin, I think which choice I would make.
Definitely. And I feel like when it comes to male survivalists, this is mixed, right?
I believe so. Yes,
Amazing.
Because they said that there was like a lady herbalist who got some
lady
herbalist alert, who got like bitten by some sort of spider, and she nursed herself back to life with like herbs. Well, she didn't die, but back to health, I should say.
But she didn't get kicked off due to spider bite, though.
No, she didn't. I mean, and usually maybe they would take you off if you got bit by a spider and had an allergic reaction, et cetera, et cetera. But she fixed it herself with just nature's bounty.
The men either look like total nature boys, or they look like Paul Hollywood, but they like were in the army. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Apparently there are a lot of they're like a Bear Grylls type. There are a lot of army people on this show, apparently.
Army people just love surviving out there in the
they love
lands.
It. They love
they really
it. They
love
absolutely
to.
love it. Which is weird because you think they would need to be with their boys.
To be around their boys.
Yeah, they need to be around.
I don't know
their
how the army
troop or
works, I guess.
Yeah, I don't really know either. I mean, maybe they're alone sometimes, and that's probably when you really get the deepest thoughts in. I'm Julia Davidovich, and sometimes I just like to take long walks and think.
My name is Zoe Clark, and I'm already having troop
withdrawal syndrome,
detachment anxieties.
I love my troop. Anyone who knows me will tell you I love my troop.
Love my troop. My name is Clark.
Mm-hmm.
Were you in Brownies? I forget.
No, we've talked about this, but you were.
Okay. Yeah. What a weird time.
Yeah, I know. I wish, because I probably would have gotten some good skills like sewing or, moss growth hacks. When you
Dad
see the
taught
moss
me
growing on one side or whatever.
the moss growing hacks. I don't remember the moss growing hacks I learned.
Mhm.
As far as sewing, my dad definitely taught me how to sew, and it shows,
Oh.
baby.
What an atypical upbringing.
You're right. Daddy's
I love that your
be
dad's
sewing.
I love that your dad's a tailor. Daddy's be sewing, absolutely. Who's your
George was
bad
a
boy on the
stay-at-home
block?
father.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Literally, what is it? Hold on. I feel like I remember. Oh, I remember without even looking at my notes.
Ooh la
It's
la.
it is the night drivers. It is some person in their fucking supercar who just like
What's a
loves
supercar?
I don't know, something like a car that I would see and then be like, oh, that looks like a sneaker. You know what I mean?
Oh, a sneaker car. Okay, sure.
You know what I mean? Like a
Yes,
Ferrero Rocher or like
yes. That's my favorite brand of car. I love it. Those are good, man.
Oh man, I mean, if I had 10 of those right now, oof. I could down them all in one sitting.
Lindt chocolate balls.
Oh yeah.
Those are so inferior to Ferrero Rocher in every single way.
I'm really glad you chose that direction to go because I absolutely do not like them.
I don't like them.
What is this soft chocolate?
It's like they have red flavor and blue flavor, and in my opinion, they both suck. Go fuck yourself and give me a Ferrero Rocher.
It's true. There's no nuts involved. Get out of here. Just a soft, melty chocolate. I want something filled with Nutella.
Creamy. I need some creamy chocolatey nut in there. Delish. Wait, so what did they do to you, the drivers?
They just like, I don't know like how they were driving because there was no way I was getting out of bed to look. But like, it sounded like they were doing donuts in the intersection. And it's like, what possesses you? Like go to a parking lot somewhere.
Don't find a parking lot. Definitely don't do it in the street. Just like drive out to like Reseda and do it over there. You know what I mean?
Oh, do it on a Reseda lawn somewhere.
Do it on somebody's lawn, just not in the middle of a busy intersection. I agree with you.
Well, it wasn't busy. It was probably extremely dead. It's probably how they were doing it. But like, don't do that.
I mean, don't do that, still, bitch. Like,
I'm trying to sleep.
You never know. People are not very good at driving. They drive around with their lights off. Priuses are silent. You may not even hear it coming. So it could be bad. I mean, was there not donuts during the Panda? Because like
people love doing donuts during the Panda. I feel like there was a lot more.
That's the only way you
having fun in their cars. Off. Oh yeah. They're just like, I don't get to drive to work. I got to do something.
Yeah.
I get my jollies off at 3 a.m. It's fine, I guess, for some. I mean, but like here.
Yeah, usually I get my jollies off at the grocery store, but now I can't. So I have to do it at 3 a.m. in the middle of a busy intersection. Well, I guess it's not
Vaughn's parking lot.
Yeah, agreed. Email Diane where you like to do your donuts. I honestly really had to squeak this bad boy out. I feel like I didn't have a good week, but I had a totally down the center week.
Oh, and so no good, no bad?
No good, no bad. Well, no, actually some goods. So I'm going to say my bad boy on the block is Coach Rusty, who's he's the golf. So he's this guy. He's the golf. He's this guy on TikTok and he only makes golf videos. And he has this golf. And he has a series of videos that are like, if your girl can spot what's wrong with this, she's a keeper. And it's just him like putting a golf ball. And I hate it. Oh,
he sounds really nice and cool.
He sounds so nice and cool and very single. So if you're interested in Coach Rusty,
please email Diane your specs,
dating profile, and we'll make sure to forward to him on his Instagram where he shows off the size of the fish he catches and makes little. He like made an American flag in the grass where like their golf balls are the stars, and then he like stripped away the grass for the stripes. It was sort of a beautiful modern art interpretation of Americana. Yeah, we'll definitely put that in the slider of like Americana and what the American flag has become, like what it means now.
Yeah,
which is Coach Rusty. It's like,
wow. You know. And his name's Coach Rusty, which is very suspect. I don't like that at all.
No, there's something wrong with that. Email Diane.
Coach Rusty.
Do you have any other bad boys? We're zipping and dipping though.
I really hate these gloomy ass days.
I know.
Why?
It's sort of
like why?
I don't know. It's so.
I slept till 11:30. How is that possible?
Oh my! I slept till 8 a.m. So.
That's, which is long for you because you're up at famously 5:30 a.m. like Marky Mark.
I'm a 5:30 girl. Yeah, me and Marky Mark, we get up. Well, no, he gets up at like 3 a.m. though.
3 a.m. to pray various times, eat various meals. I don't know. There's a lot mixed into his little schedule on his estate, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. You think he's kept up his workout schedule during quarantine? Mark Wahlberg?
Oh, God. I hope so. It's the only thing keeping him sane right now. I forget who he's married to.
Don't know. Similar to our bad boy, has a lot of brothers.
Oh, worst thing about him, really. Wow. Rest in peace to Alma so much.
Oh, yes, absolutely. She is truly
birthing all those brothers.
The matron saint of this podcast, Alma. Definitely Diane's influence, muse, if you will, inspiration for everything she does. Just
huge frenemy, though.
Oh my God, huge frenemy. You're so right.
It's really, it goes, she's like a tinge. There's a tinge to her.
She was devastated by Alma's death.
She was, but now she's back as, well, not back exactly, but like she feels like she can fill those shoes as this podcast mommy. Whereas she was just the aunt before.
Yeah, yeah. And if you don't know who we're talking about, which would make a lot of sense. We are, of course, talking about Mark Wahlberg's mother, Alma, who is also Donnie Wahlberg's mother and definitely passed away recently. And she did.
I thought you were going to name all the other brothers.
No, just the ones that I remember. Just the most famous ones. Like definitely not the ones who like owns all the Wahlburgers, whatever his name is. Like Coach Rusty might be a Wahlberg for all I know.
We never would know. Who can tell? Who's to know?
No, only Alma, and she died, so there's no way to know now. We do have some bad boy updates.
Oh my God, yeah, we do.
So let's start with the big Ellen DeGeneres, who announced that after 48 million seasons, she is ending her esteemed talk show that went down in flames, The Ellen DeGeneres Show. Badonkadonk, future badonkadonk to her. I'll give that a Leah drop for sure. Because that...
Did you believe that little roomie poo that said that she found out that she was that the show was ending or whatever through, I don't know, some fucking Daily Mail bullshit or something?
Oh, she didn't. I did not. I read the headline that was like, it's just not challenging for me anymore. Like, I'm sorry, when was it challenging to like play Truth or Dare with fucking Chris Pine?
I guess I never, was it Dakota?
Oh yeah, that weird drama. I don't really understand what happened with that, but it was something like, it was some weird party invite or something like that where Ellen didn't invite her to a party. And then,
I thought she had a show or something and like she invited her on the show and she never showed up. I literally learned this yesterday when I looked at the clip because like someone posted the clip and I was like, oh, what is this like meme everybody fucking posts? Like I've never looked it up. Clearly I haven't had the interest, even though I'm #1 Ellen fan, obviously.
I know you are.
It's really true.
Be kind to everyone.
Yeah, no doubt.
Even Dakota. Is it Johnson? I don't know her last name.
Yeah, I think you're right. So I'm so sad to say that Emma Stone will have to be frightened by another middle-aged woman jumping out of a box. And I know that's going to be hard for everyone to adjust to.
I am an imperfect man.
Yeah. Oh, you think Chris Harrison is going to take over for Ellen? I mean,
wow. Amazing
who can take over for Ellen that well, whatever. We'll see what happens. I don't really know about daytime TV. You know, do we need it? Do we not need it? Is TV dead? Like, is TV gonna die along with Ellen's show? I wouldn't be surprised if the Ellen show was the string holding it all together.
Oi, oi.
I know.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure she's just going to rip out the carpet from all television shows in general. And,
You think?
or maybe talk shows will thrive. Who knows? I'm really curious to see who
Oh.
takes her place.
I
Not that
mean,
I've
and
watched a talk show in 17
Conan's show
years.
is ending too, but that's different. That's like, I mean,
Is it?
yeah, he's
Honestly,
ending
this
his
is the
show.
first I know.
Yeah, I mean the Ellen, it was well on its way. I mean, after the whole snafu, go listen to the Ellen show episode if you forget what happened, because I certainly do. Okay, and then there's actually a Logan Paul Jake Paul update that I know
I
you
don't know
did.
this
You
one.
see it? I knew you wouldn't
No.
have. That's why I
Oh.
love this. So.
Uh-oh.
Logan and Jake Paul moved to the beautiful island of Puerto Rico for tax reasons, so they can run their
Oh,
businesses
boy.
tax free.
Oh, no.
And they're already in trouble for riding motorized vehicles on the beach, which is illegal because it
Okay,
kills the
okay.
wildlife there. And
Okay.
apparently, it kills the wildlife. And during turtle hatching season, because the turtles, you know how they like bury their eggs in the sand on the beach, and then all the little turtles
I think
run to
about it all the time.
Yeah, we've all seen the footage. Maybe we'll put some footage of turtles hatching and running into the water.
Oh God! I mean, it's
the
really
big jog,
anxiety-inducing. It's such
I
a jog.
know.
Listen, are you gonna live? Are you gonna be trampled by a Paul brother? Are they Pauls?
Yeah, they're the Pauls. Like,
See,
imagine that footage, but then there's like Logan Paul and Jake Paul running down the street on their fucking four-wheeler. Fuck you. Like, people care so much about turtles, we stopped using straws. So you can not ride your four-wheeler on the beach in Puerto Rico. I think you can just go for a walk or like ride it on a road.
My name is Zoe Clark. Ride it on the road.
Ride it on the road. You know, that's what roads are for.
That's what roads are for.
That's what roads are for.
Would never, ever consider biking in like a big city. It's too terrifying.
No, I know. It's not for me either.
So
I've never biked. Well, I know you biked in Long Beach, but I've never biked in LA.
It would be simply too much here.
Way too much.
Bike path, baby?
I do think that at some point in the next 6 months, I'm going to get on a Lime scooter.
I don't want to be there for that.
I'm going to become a Limer.
Oh no, is that what they're called?
No.
Okay. Well, email Diane if you have a better name than Limer, because I hate it. It sounds too much like Slimmer.
Well, when it first came out, when the Lime scooter first dropped, people were running all over the city on those bad boys and breaking their necks and stuff. But I think I'm going to go a respectable 1.5 miles per hour on it and then get scared and probably go half a block.
On the sidewalk or on the roadsies?
Whatever.
Are you allowed on the sidewalk? I do not
So.
understand.
I don't think you're allowed on the sidewalk.
Absolutely never in my life.
Really?
I'm going to get hit by a car. My personal thoughts. My name is literally Julie Davidovich. I don't want to get hit by a car.
I would be scared of that too, but if that's how I go, that's how I go, baby.
Okay. Those are my views.
I don't think I have any other bad boy updates. I mean, first of all, we could just do a quick badongadonk to John Mulaney and Anna Marie, his ex-wife. Yeah.
Wow. Shocky Bobaki of the week.
Shocky Bobaki of the week. Dumois did call it. I mean, I hate to say it, but when he went to rehab, Dumois did post some stories that were like, they're divorced. I don't know. Something's happening. So I do think like people are like up in arms about the timing of like the divorce announcement. And then 2 days later, it comes out that he's dating Olivia Munn. But I think they were probably separated. I think they were probably separated a while before that.
True. I'm sure there's no overlap, but at the same time, all the speculation and then just all the Olivia Munn stuff and just like,
oh my God, wait, did you see
so much?
I know. Did you see that like map the person made of all of the
my God, how do you have the time?
I don't know. Yeah, someone made a I guess you would call it a flow chart of a bunch of Hollywood relationships, sort of starting with John Mulaney and Olivia Munn, which is like, why would you start with them? They're not iconic, no offense.
Also, just how do you remember all this shit?
Well, I definitely wouldn't remember who like January Jones dated, but
for some reason I remember at least one person. Two. Wow.
Who January Jones dated?
Jason Sudeikis, and now I'm forgetting, but I think it was an SNL funny man that I just heard about on Demois this weekend.
Not January Jones, Olivia Munn.
No, I'm thinking about January Jones.
Apparently she's a nightmare to work with. I don't know. I've heard that once. Email Diane.
Wow, gossip corner. Look at us.
I know.
Jesus.
We are such celebrity gossipers. We're practically TMZ, as you would call it.
You're right.
My best friend. I haven't watched Property Brothers in a long time.
Wow. That's weird for you. I mean, like, what? Do they not new episodes or some shit?
They must not. I mean, a lot of the HGTV shows have had awkward seasons, TV Talk, because it's like
TV Talk.
They were, there's been so many on and off filming things during the pandemic where it's like things are okay and the numbers peak and they stop. So hopefully everyone will be back on track, renovating houses, pricing people out of neighborhoods, etc. soon.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's what we love. That's what we love these shows for. I don't know.
I mean, absolutely. Definitely gentrify it and make money in the process. That's what I always say. So email Diane your bad boys on the block because she's not just going to be able to know them intuitively.
You think she's psychic? How's she supposed to know this shit?
Would you go to a psychic? Yeah, you would.
Sure.
Are you going to go to a psychic soon?
I don't know. I haven't. That is, I don't know, definitely not in my plans. I'm
scared about what they would say about me.
Yeah, I mean, but like, I feel like a lot of it you can just interpret into literally anything. I don't know that they're that direct that they can kind of be like, and listen, you're going to be dying in 3 weeks. And also,
I know, it's all like,
your life is catastrophic.
There's a relationship in your life that's causing you stress. Like, yeah, no bananas, ding dong. That's exactly the type of language I would use.
Oh, cute doggy coming to look at the window.
Oh, nice. Are you gonna get a doggy?
No.
Okay, so let's move on to our bad boy of the week.
Who famously loves dogs.
Does he?
I don't know.
Probably not. I mean, I'm sure he's fine with them. He doesn't strike me as a cat man or a dog man.
I watched the entire roast, pretty much.
Oh, wow.
Of Alec Baldwin.
Well, we haven't even mistered him yet.
I'm sorry. But I mean, it had to do with dogs.
Oh, okay.
Someone said he had the same eyes and temperament as a pit bull. And it was like, yeah.
I mean, that's accurate.
I guess you can take that out.
No, I'm not going to. He's a Mr. Well, he's definitely a Mr. Angrier Baldwin. Brother. Yeah. He's definitely a Mr. Angrier Baldwin. I mean, maybe they're all angry though.
Some aren't like most of them actors or in some way.
Yeah. Most of them are actors in some way. He has very crystal blue eyes, I will say.
Yeah, he really does have very blue eyes. Where
does
it come
from? He's a bit of a Paul Hollywood Rising in terms of facial.
You're right. You're really
facial expressions and face vibes.
Right on that one. Yeah, he's a Mr. Anger Your Lad.
He's a Mr. Anger Your Lad.
He has anger problems.
Yeah, he has anger problems. It's Alec Baldwin. he definitely has anger problems. But look, I love 30 Rock, and you won't be able to take that away from me.
Okay, well,
I don't care how many people you scream at over a parking spot. I like that show.
I don't care how many people you delayed playing Words with Friends on an American Airlines flight, which I guess we'll get to later.
I mean, it's just so random. Famous people are so weird. They just like, I don't know what they do. They just think rules don't apply to them. They're just so entitled to whatever. They're like, I just can't with these people. At
least most of them are.
Okay, so you watched the entire roast. That's commitment to the pod.
I mean, it was good to. I was like, okay, well, this will remind me of some of his scandals. A,
sure.
B, Nikki Glaser is obviously hilarious. So like, whatever.
She's very good at roasting. It's like
there are a few funnies there, and then like obviously the worst people alive that were there.
Yeah.
Wow, they were really calling Jeff Ross out on like dating teens.
Oh wow. Well, he definitely did date teens for real.
Yeah, for real. So that was. Yeah, this was I think 2017 or 18.
So was that before the big Jeff Ross drop? When
definitely.
Okay. You think they'll, I mean, just to refresh the memory of the viewers, someone posted like a long ass thing on Facebook about how she dated, well, that she and Jeff Ross were in a relationship when she was like 16 years old and he was, I don't know, older.
Yeah, which I don't know what you would call this because, yeah, I mean, just,
just like
futzing around with a minor.
Yeah, certainly
sexually.
certainly in the
what's the best term for this?
Grooming, I would
say.
Grooming.
There we go.
Yeah. Jeff Ross is a Mr. Groom Your Gal. There's no doubt about it. I wonder if he's going to be on the next roast or not.
I doubt it. I highly doubt it. I'm sure he's going to be at least like semi-blacklisted from some things. Surely the roast community has heard about this, unless, I mean, that would be fucked up. It would be very fucked up.
I mean, unless
the
Jeff
roast
Ross,
community.
unless he has some sort of like
everyone who works at the Comedy Store.
Yeah, the roast community is up in arms over this Jeff Ross news. They definitely it was definitely a shocker to everyone who knows him, I'm sure. Anyway, that's not what it was about. Alec Baldwin.
Right. Yeah.
He hasn't dated a teen to my knowledge, so we'll give him credit for that. I know it's
I was just trying to
it's
mull
so
over
hard
my head.
It's so hard for TV stars to not date teenagers every once in a while.
It's tough, I guess.
Okay.
Yuck.
Well, let's start in 1995. I love the 90s. When he assaulted a photographer for videotaping his wife at the time, Kim Basinger. I guess he, stood up for his.
Somebody, you want to defend them.
Wow, that's so true, and it's actually not about Kim Basinger and Basinger.
When you love somebody, you want to defend them.
It's not even about the big bass.
He has
Bassengers?
such an ASMR voice. Like he really could. He could start a YouTube channel where he like plays with combs and whispers into a microphone, and I think he'd make a lot of money.
Alec plays with combs. It's his YouTube channel.
Would subscribe.
When you love somebody, you want to defend
them. Oh my
them.
God. Do you have ASMR chills? You know what I mean? Like, does it do it for you?
This does not do it for me personally.
I don't mean him. I mean the professionals.
Not really. There's some things, I think. I can't really think of any right now. I do like. Here's a weird one that I like. It's like the sound of carbonated drinks. No, not that. That is something I've done in quarantine now.
They always just this stuff like the.
No, that shit is. I hate that. I hate that shit. You're gonna open your fucking hair clip in front of me, you man.
Yeah,
monster?
it's like hair clips. It's like.
What is this? ASMR getting ready for work. That's my nightmare. Thank you.
Shuffling my papers.
No, ASMR being at the office.
Horrible. I would say that I definitely have a reaction to ASMR, but it's not pleasant for me. Like I get the chills and stuff, but I don't enjoy it. I don't
like people whispering at me.
No, either scream at me or don't say anything at all.
Yeah, and I don't like hearing like their tongue and saliva click together either. So I'm not a fan.
No, that's the worst part. So anyway, in 95 he assaulted a photographer. And then the big phone call happened in 2007 in the midst of his divorce custody hearing with Kim Basinger. Basinger or Basinger? Doesn't matter.
I really don't even know.
Couldn't say.
Doesn't matter, Zoe.
Where he called, I'm a feminist, where he called his daughter, who was 11 at the time. Or no.
Which is rough.
It's young. It's young to call somebody. Anyway, and he left a voicemail calling her a thoughtless little pig.
Yeah.
TMZ leaked the voicemail, and Alec Baldwin hates Harvey Levin, so that's something we have in common with Alec Baldwin, ASMR Baldwin. But yeah, so that was a big topic at the roast. I remember Ireland went, right?
Yeah, she was definitely there. She also roasted him, which was, obviously written by someone at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
And so that was, it was pretty funny, kind of creepy how like people were talking about fucking her, but whatever. It's comedy, baby. Yuck.
In 2007, she was 11.
I want to say like, oh, never mind. I was going to say my age, but I guess she's in her 20s.
She is 25 Wow, so
Okay.
she's young. And apparently she's a model, and she's posted some sexy things on Instagram, and Alec Baldwin doesn't like it, but like she's fucking 25 and can do whatever she wants.
Poor Alec.
I know.
Poor Alec has a
ASMR
sexy
Baldwin.
daughter. Poor
Yeah,
ASMR
I mean,
Baldwin has a sexy daughter.
Also, like, you have 6 other kids coming down the pipeline with
Yeah.
Hilaria.
I don't know. It's just like maybe worry about raising your kids instead of like micromanaging and picking on your literal grown adult daughter.
Yeah, I
whom
agree
like
with that.
it just sounds like you haven't really been in her life much. Also, sounds like he hates his ex-wife like a little too much.
Really?
Did you read
Ooh.
that quote? I want to hold on. Gotta read it. It's so weird.
I read some quotes about his divorce where he was like, it was really the lawyers that were like, he sort of like blamed the lawyers for the language around the divorce or something. And I was like, I don't
Called it. Okay. Baldwin is called. I'm just going to read this chunk and we'll decide what we want to
read
keep.
the chunk.
Baldwin has called the attorneys in the case opportunists and has categorized Bassinger, whatever, psychologists as part of the divorce industry. I mean, yeah, who can deny that, honestly? He has faulted them more than Bassinger and writes, in fact, I blame my ex-wife for at least half of what transpired. She's a person. Baldwin wrote that he spent over $1 million, has to put time aside from his career, boohoo, has had to travel extensively, boohoo, and needed to find a house in California, so that he could stay in his daughter's life.
Oh, wow. That must have been so hard for you to get a house in California. Oh, yeah. His net worth is $60 million, by the way.
Oh, fuck, that's too much. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So after the voicemail incident,
yeah,
he admitted to Playboy in 2009 that he contemplated suicide over the voicemail that leaked to the public.
Wow.
Of the incident, he said, I spoke to a lot of professionals who helped me. If I committed suicide, Kim Bassinger would have considered that a victory. Destroying me was her avowed goal.
That's so wild to say.
Get over it.
That's so that's wild to say. I don't think if somebody fathers your child and they kill themselves, you're gonna have a big party over it. I feel like I don't understand what would bring you to that. Like,
just like his story he's telling himself, I think about like, I don't know, that she's continually looking for some kind of revenge, I guess. Like it's very hard to understand.
She really wants
what goes on
in
ASMR Baldwin's head.
Yeah, you can never tell because he whispers all of it. He's such a grovelly little
Women, will you please like me?
Oh, opposite of ASMR. Although, you know, he did do Donald Trump on SNL for 4 years. So in a lot of ways, he was a president.
Oh, Jesus. There were also way better impressions, I gotta say.
Agreed. Okay. So then in 2011 was the big Words with Friends debacle. When he was playing, when they were on the, they boarded the plane, they were chilling. He was playing Words with Friends. The flight attendant was like, put your electric devices away. And he got mad.
Uh-oh. Was he on just a commercial flight in first classy or what?
He must have been on a commercial flight in first classy. So he became belligerent and I guess delayed the flight. I don't know if they asked him to get off the plane or whatever, but it's such like, do you know who I am? Asking me to stop playing Words with Friends so you could take off your little airplane. Like,
so
just do it. Just do it. Our entire lives we have to do this.
So we can just like fly in the universe and fucking get to our destination in 5.5 hours.
Right. Like planes are, well, I will say that like planes are incredible feats of modern science, but the fact that they can't handle cell phones is a little like, come on.
I'm skeptical, but also, you know what? Turn off your fucking phone, dipshit.
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, it's a good excuse to disconnect.
Yeah, it's a nice 20 minutes of, I don't know. You don't even have to fucking turn off your phone. Just go off the internet.
Yeah, it's true. Go in airplane mode, but you can't play Words with Friends on airplane mode.
It's rough for Alec. I mean, he may have to just like, you know, wait a little extra time before submitting his big word. Like, what do you think his word he was trying to play
I was just trying to, I mean, he must have like just thought of a really good word. It's like that. I don't know if he was playing what.
Yeah, just like lined up a word that had a Q in it.
Or like zipper. Like maybe it was like zippers. Like It was probably
Zippers in a
zippers.
triple letter area spot. Even though, like,
That would be a
you're not
lot of
going to miss your
points.
fucking turn, Dickie.
Right, that's the thing. It's like you can just play it when you land because that's just the kind of game Words with Friends is. And the
Oh my God.
I mean, do you
Just
think he's still
buy
playing Words with
Wi-Fi.
Just buy Wi-Fi? Do you? I
Just
mean,
buy
he
Wi-Fi.
could definitely get a Boingo. I mean, he has $60 million.
He could afford a Boingo for everybody on the plane.
He like Boingos for
And
everyone. He's going to be the
he could
Oprah
have-
of Boingo
He should have done that, and then
Yeah.
he would have been the hero of that flight.
instead of the devil of the flight.
Mhm.
Which he was. Yeah, and the chance that he still plays Words with Friends, it's unlikely.
Yeah, probably too triggering for him.
Yeah, it's probably way too hard. And every time he sees a zipper, he freaks out. Because that was definitely the word. Okay.
Now he's buttons all the way.
So, yeah, he loves a button fly. Button fly or zipper fly?
It's just like, when a button fly gets all bunchy because it, like, I don't know, maybe you
Mhm.
crammed it in the bottom of a drawer too hard,
Yeah.
and then it has a little protrusion and it doesn't fit right.
Yeah.
Also, right about pockets. I'm obviously a cramalama person who just like crams their shit in their drawers. So
Oh, yeah.
I do not give a shit.
I prefer a zipper fly to a button fly, but that's just me. And if you prefer a
Yeah.
button fly, you can email Diane or turn off this podcast because we don't want you here.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Please don't. 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Okay. And then in 2014, ASMR was arrested for riding his bike the wrong way down a one-way street.
Oh yeah. Plus he was like a little
He
drunk.
must have been drunk. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I guess that's why he got a ticket on top of it. Because like, if you're going down a one-way street, maybe you don't realize it. Fine, get off. But
Seems
like, if
you
you're
could
also
just
drunk,
turn around. Right.
seems
like
like you could just turn around.
if you're sober, that sounds like a cop would write you a ticket and be like, "Don't do it again."
Yeah.
But if you
But if he also
are,
tested you,
yeah, I guess he must have blown one.
he blown one. But also
He must have
like,
blown one.
I do get annoyed when. Listen, I just want everybody to follow the fucking rules of the road.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree. Follow the rules of the road.
Cyclists,
Right of way.
don't confuse people. That's scary.
I mean, it's just like you should
Alec
be.
Baldwin.
You should be so careful when you're riding a bike around New York City that it's just such a careless thing to be going the wrong way down a one-way street on a bicycle in Manhattan. That's fucking
Mm.
no.
Yeah, I can't really picture him as a cyclist, to be honest.
No, he doesn't have a cyclist body, and I'm not body shaming him. I'm just saying, like, he looks nothing like Lance Armstrong at all.
He just looks like he gets in the back of like a lot of cabs. Not
He
like I
gives-
just can't picture him like leaning
Mhm.
even into
He's-
like a bike position.
He's such a yellow cab guy.
Very stiff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He was probably drunk when he made the decision to get on that bike, allegedly.
When you love somebody, you want to defend them.
Okay. And then in 2018, he got arrested again for an incident involving a parking spot in Manhattan where he was backing up into a spot, and then a man who was described as 49 years old swooped in as he was parallel parking and stole the spot from him. And then they got into a bit of a screaming match and shoved each other, and Alec Baldwin, as the story goes, punched him in the face, although Alec Baldwin denies punching him in the face. So
Right.
it was dealt with in court, and he had to do 1 day of anger management, which, like, how many single days of anger management has this man done? You can't even count them.
Doesn't sound like he's learning much from these like single one-off courses. Maybe he might have to do like an extended
I
anger
feel like he
management
needs.
course.
I feel like he needs like continued education anger management course.
Mhm.
There must be a
Yeah.
year-long version. Give him that.
Like I'm certain he has a therapist, multiple, maybe speaks to one twice a week. No shade, obviously.
No, I mean he
but, like-
should. I hope he does.
I don't know.
I hope he has therapy and supplies therapy for his mountain of children and wives
Oh
and
man,
what
he
have you.
really has such a mountain of children.
Mm-hmm. He does. And he doesn't like when people comment on the number of kids he has, but maybe you should stop having kids and people won't comment on it as much. Like, what do you want me to say?
I'm just pointing at how many kids you have.
We're just pointing it out. Like, you have 7 children, and that is above average. You know that.
If the national average is like 1.5 or whatever, because I'm not even
Mhm.
sure it's that.
No, who knows? There's no way to
Literally, who
figure
knows?
that out.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Then having 7 is just like
It's above average. That's a
it's
mountain.
above
you
average,
know?
baby. That's a mountain of children.
That's a mountain.
It's a lot of stinky diapers. Also, they're like all under the age of 7, aren't they? That's a lot of kids.
Not Ireland, obviously.
Right.
Previous,
but like the ones that he has with
Hilaria.
Hilaria.
So then we can get into her little dollop of drama.
When you love somebody, you want to defend them.
That video was so creepy. So in the year, which I would say is one of the best years of all time, 2020, Hilaria was outed for impersonating a Spanish person for, I guess, her entire life, even though she's from Boston. Like her IMDb and Wikipedia page sort of said that she was from Spain for a while, but she's not. And she has a lot of embarrassing moments, like when she said that she didn't know the word for cucumber on Good Morning America. And I think she did do like a how you say moment, which is, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll put that in the slimy, but like, so like not even, so her parents aren't Spanish, and then her like, where does it, what?
Yeah, I guess like
there's just like no connection at all, or she just wasn't born there.
She was born in Boston. Her mother grew up in Massachusetts. Her dad had a degree in Spanish literature, and they founded a health organization and moved to Spain. So her parents moved to Spain, but in 2011. So it's not like they're Spanish.
So it's kind of like when Madonna went to England or whatever.
Yeah.
Even though it's just more of an accent.
Yeah, I guess it's like that, but it's like it's kind of whatever, there were like Rachel Dolezal comparisons, and it was like people were like, what the hell is happening? And I guess her Spanish accent is fake, and there were videos of her without a Spanish accent, the videos of her with a Spanish accent, and all of her children
also,
with Alec Baldwin have Spanish names.
Right, and she was also like she created some kind of content, I forget what, for like a Latina magazine, was it? I think that was it. And then yeah,
a lot of question marks there. And Alec Baldwin got very upset that people were hating on his wife for pretending to be a woman of Spanish origin when she's not. And that's when he said, of course,
you will defend the people you love somebody, you want to defend them.
Yeah.
And
very
like,
weird video
I still don't
of him.
understand. Yeah, I mean, did he not realize? I don't get it.
I don't get it
either. Was she just lying? I mean, like,
he must
obviously
have known, though.
It's just so fucking weird.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
I mean, I guess because she thought it was very interesting. She was clearly, inspired by her time there. But like, I don't know, very
really
weird
inspired.
to make it up. Very, very
really
weird
inspired.
To make it up.
Like I've been to Scotland, but I'm not walking around. I can't do it at all. I mean, like I would give myself away in 3 seconds because I cannot do an accent for the life of me. It would be very hard for me to commit to something like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess so. I don't know. When you're taking other people's jobs and taking things away from them, then yeah, I guess it gets pretty nasty.
Yeah. If that's true, that's a good point. And recently, this week, he criticized cancel culture, which is a really fun take I haven't heard yet. He called it a forest fire in a constant need of fuel. And I guess he feels like Hilaria got canceled because she pretended to be Spanish. But I don't really think she's canceled. I think people are like, what the hell are you doing? I would say she got called out for pretending to be something she's not.
Yeah, I mean, I watched part of that weird video that he, I guess, put up and then took down. And
oh, yeah.
He kind of went off about, people who are, so emboldened to attack him on the internet and shit because they have nothing to do. And it's like, well, sure.
That's literally what we do all the time.
Yeah. Pandemic or not, it's going to happen.
Yeah,
so like,
true.
How else would anything get done, to be honest? So suck it up, bitch. You're literally a celebrity.
You're a celebrity. This is life.
You have the power to literally turn off your computer and not read it, because I assume, or your iPad, because that's where I feel like you read tweets from.
Oh, he loves his iPad.
Absolutely. So like
You're
just
so
shut
right.
it down if you don't want to read it. You have the money to, I mean, like you're so upset about people being mad at you and not liking you. And like really it's just like you have this problem where you can't take people not liking you
Right.
because
Also,
of the nasty things.
like Alec Baldwin, we just went through everything you've done, including calling your
Oh,
11-year-old daughter a pig and assaulting multiple people, and you're fine.
and like he's assaulted people, he's called people racial slurs and gay
Has he?
slurs, and yes.
Ooh, I didn't notice that wasn't on the Wikipedia page.
Was it not? I feel like it's in like a few things.
Oh yeah. Okay. So
There was a photography situation.
yes,
Like
yes.
another...
Okay. I guess
Oh,
in
and like one of them I think was in like, I don't know, within the last 10-ish years.
Yeah. So this was in 2013 when apparently there was an incident with a photographer. Another incident with a photographer. I mean, yeah, and people claim that he used a racial slur during that confrontation, but he denied it. And he said the claim of racist remarks is one of the most outrageous things I've heard in my life, which I don't know if it's the most outrageous thing you've ever heard in your life, but
probably not.
The Post reports that Baldwin grabbed the photographer's arm and told her, "I want to choke you to death," then used a racial slur to
Yikes.
Very yikes. He denies it. What else is new? Then another incident with a different photographer where he chased them down and called them a homophobic slur. So all in all, he definitely has some impulse control problems. He loves words with friends, and can you blame him? You know, he loves the English language. It's beautiful. Beautiful language.
I guess I'm understanding why he hates Harvey Levin so much. He must hate the entire TMZ enterprise.
Yeah, I mean,
And
it seems like he has a lot of disputes with paparazzi, which is sort of a rite of passage for celebrities. Like so many male celebrities, honestly, male celebrities, get into arguments with paparazzi.
Yeah, but
and they have anger problems.
Why?
It's both can be true. Paparazzi can suck, and you can have anger problems.
There's just so many like male celebrities who have just said so many.
They all do this.
Weird thing. Like I just think of Mel Gibson and like
Mel Gibson. I think of Mark Wahlberg. I think of
just like
the old Bieberama. Like people, the paparazzi fucking suck. Don't get me wrong, but like, you know, I mean, look, if it were me, I'd stay inside. Easy for me to say, but whatever. So he thinks cancel culture is a forest fire in constant need of fuel, and you know, maybe I don't know. I don't feel that way.
No, I don't feel that way either. I just feel like he's probably feeling a little tender because his wife got in trouble.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm sure he'll do something weird soon. He just did something weird now.
Yeah, exactly. He's you know, always a few steps away from having a little bit of an outburst, but you know, I'll still watch 30 Rock, you know, reruns, and probably enjoy it, you know. Well, and I would, you know, we demand 50% when he launches his ASMR YouTube channel.
It may happen.
It could happen.
May happen.
And you know, maybe he'll talk about cancel culture in his signature grovelly voice, and it'll make you feel something you haven't felt in a long time.
When you love somebody, you want to defend them.
Yes, exactly. That video was so weird, the video he released right after that happened. He kept like looking off camera to the side, like he was like, I don't know who he was looking at, like a publicist or Hilaria herself.
Where's Hilaria?
Emil Diane.
Hilaria was, yeah.
So do you have any lingering Baldwins?
Oh, wow. I mean, they're all lingering.
They're lingering around for sure.
You know what's weird, though, is just that celebrities have baby shoots at all.
Baby shoots?
Like where they just like come into our home, look at our babies. And it's just like,
yes.
Here I am. Here's my family. I guess we'll put the baby shoot in. I don't know.
They did recently have a newborn child. They've have a lot of kids under the ripe age of young, and it's surprising, but I'm sure they have a lot of help as well.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
They're very
nannies
rich.
at the wazoo, baby.
So many nannies. They probably have 2 nannies per kid.
That's the dream.
That is the dream. So, you know, I really wish them and their family the best. But mostly I wish Ireland the best, because I just want her to, you know, keep having her sultry Instagram moments. Like, she's a 25-year-old celebrity's kid, and she needs to like go off, you know, like Alec Baldwin is in no place to control what she does. So
Yeah.
I'm pro Ireland, and I guess that's it.
Yeah, I guess we won't put the entire voicemail in the Slimer this week because it's so weird.
Well, maybe we'll take a chunklet or two and pop her in there.
A chunklet or two. All right,
just
fine.
a chocolate.
Fine.
Okay, let's shut the door on ASMR Baldwin.
Wow. Have they? Maybe.
I really don't know if Alec Baldwin and Mark McGrath have met. I always feel like I have to repeat it just in case we have a new listener who doesn't know what we mean. But yeah, I don't think Alec Baldwin and Mark McGrath have met. I'm not getting a they've met vibe unless Mark McGrath was on 30 Rock for some random reason.
I honestly feel like he might have been. I guess I'll have to look that up.
I guess you'll have to look it up. Yeah, they maybe not. Okay. Any good boys this week?
I feel like I had like a yummy good boy, but now I forget.
Was it iced PG tips?
Oh my god.
Because that actually is my good boy.
Is it?
Because we did mention that it's been a gloomy time. But we have recently been icing our PG tips, and she makes a delicious iced tea. She really does. Like, you know, I love putting frothy milk in a hot one, but there's just something so crisp and delish about an iced PG tips. We put 4 bags in, so it's strong. She will wake you right up. No doubt. And Julia came over. Julia came over yesterday, and we saw a squirrel do something wild, and we also enjoyed some iced PG tips.
Oh my god, I wish we got that squirrel on cam. He was really disrespecting your loquat tree.
We were watching a squirrel, and it was bopping around branch to branch, and it would take a loquat and ASMR it, and it pulled one loquat off. It took one bite, and it threw it on the ground.
Really just whipped it on the ground.
Like, that was so disrespectful. It was so disrespectful to watch it happen.
He saw so many there, but he was just like, listen, they can stand to waste 2 to 6 of these.
But like, you're a squirrel, just eat it.
Well, I just leisurely taste all of your loquats.
Oh
I'm sure Jerry's going to be pissed.
Yeah, it was tough to watch. It was cute in the beginning, though, because he was being so sweet with the loquat, so tender, eating around the seeds, really enjoying it, enjoying the sweetness, enjoying the fruits. And then he pulled one off and just chucked it on the ground like a fucking asshole. Like, be grateful.
Wow, bad boy squirrel, but he was really cute.
He was kind of cute. I know you love squirrels, so I'll give it to you. Yeah. Also, my nephew was born, so I guess that's a good boy because he's a literal child and hasn't done anything wrong yet.
Honestly, good for him.
Yeah, like,
thank you for being born, little boy.
Thank you for being born. I went over there. He didn't cry. He just slept. And I was like, this is what I'm talking about. And he had the tiniest little fingernails I've ever seen.
That's so sweet. I love that.
It's so weird that they have fingernails.
I know. They really have it's like you were in a lady's body with those little nails.
I know.
They're teeny tiny little nails.
They're so tiny. Ugh. Also, good boy me, I trimmed Sully's toenails. Perhaps we remember what happened last week when he was my bad boy. It was a late bad boy when he screamed in the middle of the night. But I trimmed his fingernails, and he was good about it. He was better than I thought.
Oh my god, that's so nice. Listen,
and I didn't make him bleed. So,
that's happened one time in Fran's life, and I felt like the worst mother alive.
You hit the quick.
I hit it.
You hit the quick.
Oh boy,
did you have
I feel bad.
cornstarch nearby? Because apparently that's the thing. You're supposed to put cornstarch on it to stop the bleeding.
Wow, email Diane. She loves that shit.
She loves cornstarch. She loves to thicken her sauces.
She has one beside the couch for when she's doing her nails.
Yeah, she hits her own quick. She does have sort of cat-like nails.
She's very cat-like nails. They retract. It's very weird.
So you don't have any good
I'll want to paint. I forgot
at.
what it was. Like,
I've
been really loving my foamer, I gotta say. I love the creamer I bought. It's like an oat milk creamer. It's really yummy.
Oh, put a pick
It's not even flavored, bitch. I will. I'm down to my last drop. I really am.
Shit. Look, I remember a few weeks ago when there was an oat milk shortage at Starbucks?
No.
I don't go to Starbucks. I shop local coffee shops, but It was in the news. And it made me fearful for the future of oat milk because sometimes when I order, they don't have my brand. And I'm like, what if they just run out of oat milk one day?
I feel like everyone just caught wind of oat milk recently, and that's why it's always
They really caught wind. But
Listen, I
hopefully
just
a
want my
new milk will
vanilla.
come. There will be a new milk in town that'll take over the world, you know?
It's like, what's fucking next? Honestly, email Diane because she
I'm
is
gonna
salivating.
put it out there. Some sort of ant.
Zoe milk.
Like bug milk. Definitely
Bug
Zoe
milk.
milk.
Got
yeah,
it.
I will
Zoe's bug
be able to
milk.
produce enough bug milk to distribute nationally. And I can't wait for that.
Listen, it's going to be wonderful, honestly.
All right, so let's pop on over to TV Talk.
When you love somebody, you want to defend them.
So bad. Let's pop on over to TV Talk.
I just haven't hit him in a while.
TV Talk. Yeah, it was good to hear him again. His voice sounds so good. So good. Okay, let's start with Law and Order / SVU / organized crime. It was a crossover event, baby. And I will say girl boss, because in this one, it was about a group of women who drugged rich men and stole their money and what have you, and probably tied them up. And they used their sexuality to really pull a fast one on these Richies.
Lady boss. Yeah, they really did it.
And they got caught, but it is what it is. And you know, the Law and Order universe. I mean, they did kill people. So I guess
they killed people, but it was a fun one. I will say
it was a good episode.
Yeah, it was a good episode.
It was classic. It was like, you know, they had to investigate. They had to, you know, follow the leads. The main guy was like an Uber driver they met earlier. Like, it was no spoilers.
There was Stabler wife drama.
Oh.
There was Stabler kissy mouthy stuff. We'll put that in the slimer this week.
There was a
smooch.
There was a smooch, and it was like a weird smooch, but I was still into it.
I like kicked something.
It's okay.
It really was a weird
because you got turned
smooch.
on thinking about the smooch.
I really did. I thought about his buns, and you know,
there was a shot.
Hard to sexualize him so much.
No, it's hard not to. There was a shot of him in the squad room last episode, and it was a profile, and his butt is up high. Like, he has a
his
toy
butt
one.
is up high. You heard it up here first.
You heard it all the way up here. It's a big old bum. Anyway,
it's no
organized
secret,
crime was renewed for a second season, which I'm so grateful for because it's so good.
Wow.
It's sort of better than SVU in a lot of ways.
Well, the only good cops in town. Just kidding. They're not good cops.
Yeah, they're such good cops. I love them as cops. So that was that. Any other TV talks? Joint TV talks?
Not watching 90 Day Fiance, but like
I'm
right
not.
now.
But you can give me an update.
Well, you're definitely not watching this because it's on Discovery Plus, worst channel on television.
I'm not. It's not even on television.
It's not. And wow, a big vroom vroom.
I heard her.
Zoom. And what's it called? Oh yeah, so they have the show called The Single Life or something. I don't remember what it's exactly called, but they definitely have. Oh, this is such a weird thing to describe. They have people watching. So they have like Danielle participating in this like single 90 Day Fiance show where they're like watching her go on dates and shit. But like watching her is her ex Mohammed. And like he's like making comments and she just tells everybody about him. And like
she's
it's like
still obsessed with him. It's so sad.
She's like bringing up all the traumas about how like he said stuff about her pussy and like really embarrassing her and all this shit, and like he just like keeps watching. He's just like, I already apologized for this.
Oh wow. Do you feel bad for Muhammad?
So no, not really. Like,
do you feel bad for Danielle?
No, I mean like it's kind of like I don't know. I don't feel bad for either of them at this point because they're going back to 90 Day Fiance. In TLC.
I know. They're asking. They're asking to be criticized by going on this reality show again and again.
I know they're getting paid. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If you don't want to deal with these people, get the hell out. You're actually. I don't think you're contracted. Like,
no, they keep renewing that contract. You know.
So whatever. Make your 2,500 a week on it. I don't remember. I don't know how much you fucking make.
Are you watching Hacks on HBO Max?
What's that?
Hacks is a very funny TV comedy. It's about Jean Smart plays a stand-up comedian who's, she's an older woman, and then her manager makes her hire like a young comedy writer to help out, and it's very funny, and I really like it, and I recommend it.
Okay.
I recommend it on HBO Max. And then is there anything I missed? I'm trying to think.
You're watching Rue in Australia or something?
Yeah, I'm watching RuPaul Down Under. I'm not obsessed. They're very mean to each other, and not in like a fun, shady way. Like it's almost beyond.
Yes. Okay. No one needs that.
Yeah, but I'm gonna finish the season, obviously. But yeah, I'm not as into it as I wanted to be. It's no UK.
It's no UK. Isn't there like a new season of something Netflixy that was like a dating show coming back?
Ooh, I hope so.
Heard it here last.
I'll watch that.
I mean, Constant Bad Boy is real.
Constant Bad Boy is real. There's obviously been like a lot of violence towards the Palestinian people over there right now. And as Jewish people, I feel like it's important that we voice our support for the people in Palestine and not the Zionists who are insisting that
just like they're entitled to it based on the Torah or based on, whatever they want to tie it to. I know a lot of people believe that it's, post-Holocaust shit, that, it was a gift given to them or like a safe place. But like, it is so much more than that. It is like, the nationalism going on is like, it goes against literally everything that, anyone would believe in. Any good person would believe in.
I mean, it's like just clear human rights issues going on. It's not like our government, boss man Biden, is 100% complicit. We give so much money to Israel and their fucking military every year, and this is what they're doing, is they're like bombing the shit out of civilians for no reason. So
I'm just so fucking sick of hearing Zionists like talk about what they think is good for Israel. And also like people in Jews in North America, parents, people brainwashed by their parents, like literally Birthright is propaganda. Like it is such shit.
I'm so glad I never went on Birthright. I'm so glad. Right? Like I really wanted to go. I mean, and I've talked about my Bernie Madoff situation, which is that the year I was going to go was the year that Bernie Madoff, badonkadonk, may he rest in peace, was the year that he got, and he had given so much money to Birthright. He funded so many trips through his Ponzi scheme and other things that when he got caught, there was like a big drop off in the number of trips they were doing to Israel that year. And so I didn't end up going, even though I pulled the dead dad card and was like, I want to reconnect with my dead dad's religion. Anyway, it didn't work. And I'm honestly grateful because it just seems like you hear that it's just pro-Israel propaganda the entire time. But I don't think I really understood what that meant until I started learning more about the situation in Palestine. It's
really
like
weird.
There is this like conflation of pro-Israel and pro-Jewishness that is super problematic and not a good thing to be teaching to children. So I'm actually glad I didn't go.
Yeah.
So
and like, I mean, your life could have taken a completely different turn. There was this, I forget, I'll maybe pop it in the slimy, but like, I forget what the documentary was, but it followed like, it was so fucking long. It followed 3 teens and like, it was like right before it wasn't their birthright trip. It was like the extended one where you kind of take the year off to go to Israel.
Yeah.
What's that called? I forget.
I don't know.
And like, one of them dropped down and I think one of them became like a musician, like a klezmer musician or something. And then the other one became total Hasidic woman.
Oh, wow.
Still lives there? Babies at 18.
Maybe, yeah.
I really forget. I forget if she like, no, I really think she like stayed there. I think she's like a counselor or something. But like it's all very weird. And like you're taking these children who are truly 18, like fresh out of like a high school, and being like, come take a year off in Israel.
Right.
The most yikes country right now
It's pretty yikes.
to mold your mind.
Yeah.
Like, and like,
it's such,
you know.
Yeah. And it does feel like they're in, I mean, now they've opened it up to a larger age range of people. But the fact that it was like originally for high schoolers feels so exploitative in itself. Like
it is. It really is. But their parents are so happy to do it because they really think they're just going to reconnect with their roots, and they really brainwash their parents into thinking that.
I mean, also, like,
but,
I'm sure a lot of the parents are completely
definitely complicit
Israel.
in that
yeah,
shit.
Like 100%. Like,
yes.
It's, I mean, maybe some are like not quite aware of how pro-Israel the trip is, but I think it's like pretty common knowledge for the most part what is happening when you send your teenagers over there. So
yeah,
we're gonna put a link in the description for an organization called Medical Aid for Palestinians, and they work for this is from a whatever. I'm just going to read this brief description of what they do. Medical Aid for Palestinians works for the health and dignity of Palestinians living under occupation and as refugees. They provide immediate medical aid to those in need, and the website is map.org.uk. And then as well, there's a nonprofit called Human Concern, and they provide medical assistance, food packs, and home repair, as well as temporary shelter to those in Gaza and Palestine. So we'll put those two links in the description of the episode, and yeah,
these people are just trying to live.
Yeah,
just trying to live. It's there's a literal army fighting against them. They do not have the money backing them by the literal our country backing them.
Yes.
Like it does not even compare. They cannot even defend themselves. Not that they would need to, not that they should have to.
Right. And to like look at what's going on in this country, for us to be like, for me and Julia to be like, Black Lives Matter. We care about the anti-Asian hate. We care about the racism. We care about the way that unhoused people are treated in this country. And then to not say that what is happening in Palestine is fucked up, it's contradictory. So, and it's what we believe.
Yeah.
So, go to those organizations, try to like learn something about what's going on. I think like people and myself included are sort of scared to talk about this issue because it's complex, and even if you don't know every single aspect of the situation over there doesn't mean that you shouldn't talk about it, because it's like people are like, I don't want to say anything in case, because I don't really know what's going on and I don't want to say the wrong thing, and I am 100% included in that group. But you can see what's going on and have a basic understanding that what is happening is fucked.
Right. It is. Yeah. It's very easy to have an easy opinion that kind of is a human rights decision, which is, there should not be this kind of nasty war going on.
It's like a one-sided. It's wild.
It is so nasty.
It's so bad. And I mean, fucking boss man Biden is doing absolute bubkiss.
I really can't believe it. And I'm sure I'll have a nice conversation with my dad this week because God knows where he stands.
Yeah. I mean, bless you for having that conversation. It's not easy. It's not like an easy thing to discuss with people. And I could do way better at having those difficult conversations with people who view things differently than me. It's not, it's very difficult to do. So anyway, to everyone having those hard conversations, props to you. Diane loves you. So should I spiel her?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, which is, of course, Tim Cook's favorite podcasting software. We would love 5 stars, and we would love a review talking about how obsessed you are with us. Email Diane at badboypod.com if you have a bad boy on the block. If there's a bad boy in the news, I mean, hello. And, just
somebody, you want to defend them.
Absolutely. Just undeniable defense. And we would just love to hear anything you want to email Diane. Advice, probably not, but if you need something, she'll take it to heart.
Yeah. We love giving advice. We give the best advice.
We're so good at advice. I mean, that's why you listen. Shop.badboypod.com for a t-shirt, but really you should just give that money to aid in Palestine, because like we literally don't need we make $2 of the sale, and so your $20 for a Diane shirt would go way further to help out in Gaza, etc. And other than that, I think that's it, right? Is there anything I missed? Oh, follow us at Bad Boy Podcast. I mean, that's a given.
Incredible.
That's a given. If you're not doing that already. Who doesn't
love content? Who doesn't love just like popping a follow and then following them for absolute life?
Yeah, follow us for life. That's honestly, if you listen to this podcast and you don't follow us for life, you're a hypocrite.
Are you even a fan?
So, have an amazing week. And even if it's June gloom outside, it is always August Frogust in our hearts.
Oh boy, can't wait for that August, baby.
Brought to you by Lady Parts.